and welcome to this week's episode of the CI Sports Zone. I am Christopher Huslig. Joining with me, as always, my co-host Thomas Garvrick, and even though football season's over, we couldn't keep him away from the podcast.
That's right. That's right.
Start hooping.
Crazy hair and all today.
Hooping.
Jonathan Michael, that shows you the day that this Monday has been for pretty much all of us. Busy day, Jonathan. We appreciate you taking the time. As we said, we're going to get into some basketball. Jonathan's been working hard.
Christopher, you got crazy hair too.
I do got crazy hair.
I actually just came from a haircut. So this is actually the first time I'm really seeing my hair.
We got a hair reveal on the podcast.
Yeah.
Wait a second. That's you just fresh off a haircut?
Yeah, I like to keep it low on the top. It's winter. Got to keep some extra insulation.
I love it. I love it.
I cleaned up the back and the sides, though. That was the main thing. We need to clean
I can definitely tell. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks great. Well,
I'm a big haircut guy.
Yeah, me too. I need one if you.
For the people out of curiosity, I get my hair cut once a week, and that's I'm a psycho.
I'm like once a week.
I go once a week.
Oh,
I go about once every 2 to 2.5 months.
See, when you're on TV 5 nights a week, it's just like for me. When I have a fresh cut, I feel like I can do my job better. It's just one of those things. Yeah. It's like everybody has their
look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah. The superstition of that, like that's just my thing. So I actually have a little bit of makeup on, so people probably will notice. They're like, "Why does Thomas's skin tone look a little bit different?" I have some makeup on because I got to shoot.
You were reading my mind. That's exactly what I was thinking today. Like Thomas, something.
Usually I don't have any makeup on yet, but I had to get some stuff done before work. So, but we're here.
Yeah, and
this is a nice escape for all of us.
And not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. You know, Jonathan's a busy man. We got to get him out of here, guys. No, but just wanted to give a quick shout out to all the football players who played a great season. El Paso with kind of an unfortunate loss, not how they wanted things to go against Wilmington, but we've talked about it. That's a great Wilmington team. And just a big shout out to all the seniors across all of our viewing area. You know, I know this time can be a little scary for some people. You've been spending the last 4 years of your life playing football, and you don't know what's next. You may not, if you haven't gotten an offer yet, it may come to play at the next level. You never know. I will say, hey, I didn't get my offer till March my senior year, so sometimes it just takes them a while. Coaches got a lot of stuff to go through, so keep up hope and just keep marketing yourself, man. And congrats on all the seasons. Some great football was played here this year. So
yeah,
absolutely,
it's always tough, for obviously with football seniors because when basketball seniors graduate, you can still play basketball at the park. If you're a golfer, you can play golf the rest of your life. You can play a lot of these sports. Football is you can't really exactly suit up and just unless you're tossing it back in the backyard with your buddies playing two-hand touch or something like that. Usually if you're not moving the next level, that is the last time you'll at least put the pads on. So I know it stings a lot for especially for the football seniors and definitely but. Again, it's been a great season for everyone. EPG, that was a tough loss. I watched that entire game against Wilmington. I mean, just hats off to Wilmington. EPG, I think, played a decent game. I think they probably could have wanted to play a little bit better. But that Wilmington team is just ridiculous. I think they compete in 4A or even 5A, I think, and they're the size of a 2A school. So hats off to Wilmington. I'll be rooting for them. I like to see them go all the way and win it. So it's going to be a good championship weekend. But yeah, it's basketball season, baby.
It's basketball. Let's get into them hoops.
That's right.
Jonathan, I hear there's a tournament going on.
There is.
That apparently you got to do stuff for, so you can't hang out with us cool kids for the whole.
Monday is night one of the boys basketball season because last week, first week of girls hoops, I was able to get out there and cover a couple of our area teams. So
and just a quick reminder, I do keep forgetting this myself. We do record this on Monday, so if I refer to today, I am talking about Monday the 24th.
Right. That's right. Full transparency with all of our viewers.
Monday the 24th is the start of men's basketball season. It's still kind of getting used to it a little bit. So if I refer to today, I mean Monday the 24th.
So. And it's turkey time, baby, which means high school hoops tournament. So JM is going to be busy. And Central Illinois is known for holiday tournaments, which I think is awesome. And JM, you're going to be busy this week covering one.
Yeah, this is our Clutch Sports media crew. We're super excited, thrilled to be back. Our 5th year broadcasting the Kevin Brown Memorial Tournament of Champions in Washington. It's a fantastic tournament, put on for a great cause. For those of you that don't know, it's put on by the KB Strong Foundation, which is in honor of former Washington head coach Kevin Brown. He died after a courageous battle with glioblastoma, which is a rare and very aggressive form of brain cancer, a few years ago. And so the tournament is now being played in his memory each and every year. It's top notch from top to bottom. So much volunteer work goes into it. So much work behind the scenes goes on year round, because these are, this isn't just, there are local teams playing, and we'll get into those later, but there's so much planning with, getting teams from California, from Florida, from North Carolina. We have teams from Maryland, New York, Tennessee. I mean, all these different states coming in and playing basketball at Washington. There's so much D1 talent, going to be so many. There's almost always a future NBA player at every year's TOC, and there's definitely a lot of talent this year too, and everything. But can't say enough about that tournament. It's great. Obviously encourage you all to get out there. If not, obviously, we'll be broadcasting every game of that tournament nonstop. Once we go live at about 8, 9 a.m. in the morning, whenever that first game is, we do not go off the air until about 10 or 11 that night, whenever the game's end.
It's insane.
We'll have studio coverage in between with some cool interviews talking about some volunteers, some people that are helping with the fight against glioblastoma. Obviously, talk to some coaches and players, I'm sure, as well. So it's going to be just all sorts of great stuff. It's the biggest week of the year for us at Clutch Sports Media.
So what I'm hearing, Jonathan, is people should go out to these games so they can brag in 10 years when there's an NBA player that they watched them play in high school.
Yes,
is what I'm hearing.
For sure.
Yeah, there's been some excellent teams.
Nothing's better than when you can say, you know what? I watched that guy in high school. Like, I played against the Cowboys starting center. He was from Piper, Kansas, or I guess it's Kansas City, Kansas, Piper High School. Hey, I played against him. He made me look like a fool, but that's not the point. I can still say I knew him in high school. So that, it's always fun to be able to, just those little bragging when you're sitting watching NBA games with your buddies. Like, fun fact, I watched that guy put up 90 in a high school basketball tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
There's been some really great players that have came through. I mean, Zion Williamson has been there, Anthony Davis.
Zion?
Zion was there. Again, this was before.
Are these like
we
big
there.
basketball players? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, this is when we were probably all toddlers, right?
This was.
Zion would have been really recent.
Yeah, that was really
Somewhat
recent. So some of the guys, we started doing this 5 years ago. So some of the guys that kind of played in there for the first year or two while we were doing it are now kind of starting to trickle into the NBA. Actually, 2 years ago, Con Kneepel, now on the Charlotte Hornets, obviously NBA lottery pick, was there for Wisconsin Lutheran High School. Now he's in the NBA, obviously, so we got to see him.
He's he's probably my favorite rookie. And I love Con.
Well, hey, you're in good hands, Thomas. Because guess what? Wisconsin Lutheran is back this year, and Con Kneepel's younger brothers, Cager and Kinston, are going to be there as well.
That's
so
amazing.
Again, they're playing. I think they're just playing one game. So kind of a shootout series game. There's kind of different tournaments. There's like kind of 4 little sub tournaments, a shootout series, including Washington's girls. They're playing as well for the second year. So second year of them including a girls tournament, girls game, which is awesome. But yeah, going to be a lot of great talent there.
Yeah, it's fun. I know that Peoria Heights does a tournament as well. A little bit smaller, but it's good. So I'll be doing that this week leading up to Thanksgiving week. And Jonathan, you kind of talked about it. It does take a lot of effort behind the scenes, a lot of planning to make these tournaments work, right? And I think the cool thing is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they do like a big meal.
They do.
For all the families that come in. And I think that, to me, is the cool part of the Thanksgiving weekend. You're meeting a bunch of players from across the country coming in to play in this, and you're breaking bread together. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, and I'll be honest, that's where I've eaten my Thanksgiving dinner at that banquet for the last 4 years. Because obviously, for us that are working the tournament, some of our staff goes home. My family lives kind of far away, so it's tough for me to get back there. So again, big shout out to the folks at Countryside Banquet and Catering in Washington. They put on a big Thanksgiving meal. Yeah, it's really cool to see all these players from all across the country, from California, Florida, Texas. All these guys come together, and I mean, I don't even know how many turkeys they have to make. It is crazy how much work goes on behind the scenes there as well. But it's also pretty cool too, because I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have snow in the forecast. It's gonna be pretty cold this week. I know.
I've been keeping up with Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates' Facebook page. Which if you ever have any questions about the weather, Chris Yates gives it to you straight, all right? And that's not even like WMBD bias, okay? Like, I've just followed him for the year I've been here. Great. Also, Shooting the Breeze podcast, they do a great job. So just, if you ever need weather, follow Chris Yates on Facebook. He will keep you updated because we're at that point where I was reading his Facebook. It's kind of like fluctuating a little bit. They're still following it. So he will be able to give us a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. So
For sure. Well, yeah, it's kind of funny, some of these kids, depending on how cold it is, if it does snow, some of these kids from these other states have never seen snow in their lives, which is, pretty cool. So again, it's, maybe, Washington, Illinois, maybe on paper isn't quite the same as, say, Clearwater, Florida, or Houston, Texas, for example. But I think it's kind of a different change of pace. It's something new, and I think a lot of these coaches and players that come to this tournament really love it. Both in terms of the hospitality here around the area, but also too, obviously for the basketball that goes on inside that gym.
So give us the lay of the land, JM. Tell us. I mean, most people in our coverage area, they know what this tournament's all about because it's been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. But give us the schedule. What's it going to be like every single day? When are the games? When are there not games? What local teams are you looking forward to seeing?
For sure. Well, it all gets started on Tuesday, 4:15 p.m. is when it all kicks off. And there are games almost pretty much nonstop. Obviously, ending at about 9 or 10 p.m. each night or so until Saturday evening. Last game is at Saturday at 7 p.m. But yes, all gets going tomorrow. We have a few local teams playing. Those are primarily Washington boys, Washington girls team. Washington girls team is playing just one game. It will be on Tuesday night. They're playing a team called Waukee Northwest. They're out of Iowa. Very good team out of Iowa. So that should be a great matchup. And again, Washington girls are, going to be that's going to be a marquee game for Waukee as well. Because Washington is one of the best teams in the state this year in girls hoops, and they're off to a really good start this year. So that's going to be a great game. It should be a fun one. Last year, the gym was packed when Washington took on P&D girls.
Yep.
And maybe we'll have quite as much P&D contingent there, but I expect there's going to be a lot of fans there to get a look at Washington's girls team, which is off to a 2-0 start. But back to the other local teams. Metamora will be playing. They've been in the tournament for the last few years. Morton also been in the tournament for the last few years. They are back. Two newer teams for the tournament champions, at least haven't been in the tournament in quite some time, would be Dunlap and Peoria High.
Nice.
Are both playing in the tournament as well. So we're going to look at both of those squads. So, just kind of look at the schedule. There's 4 games on Tuesday. Washington will take on West Hancock. Morton will take on O'Fallon. West Hancock
Christopher loves West Hancock.
you guys, come on, you mess up one time, and they just never let you live it down, man.
Christopher's favorite team is here. That West Hancock team should be one to follow. They have a really good
I heard they want to see Christopher. They want to have a little discussion.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think I'll be anywhere near there. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I'll swing by and talk with them,
Like West Hancock, they had a really good player named Cooper Knowles, 6'10". Got to get some D1 interest. So
did you know I'm almost 6'10"?
Really?
No, I'm not even close. But
Shave off instead of a 6, more like 5.
okay, I'm not that short.
Me too.
Hey, I'm right
So
there
you're
with
taller
you.
than me, Christopher.
I'm 5'9", so that tells you anything about how my basketball career went. So
I wrestled in high school for a reason.
But should be some good games. Morton will take on O'Fallon that opening day. And then again, Wednesday it's a full day of hoops. Games at 10:30, noon, 1:30, 3:15, 4:45, 6:15, 7:45, 9:15. There are games on Thanksgiving Day. Those are mostly teams that are from out of state that are playing. Although the lone exception is Peoria High. They're going to be playing on Thanksgiving evening at 5:45 p.m. taking on Pasadena, California, who has a 7-foot center, Josh Irving, who's arguably the top prospect in the entire tournament, and he just committed to Texas A&M. So that's going to be a great matchup for Peoria High on Thanksgiving Day.
7-footer?
Yeah, there's multiple 7-footers at this tournament. So the Rims in Washington will be begging for mercy at the end of this week.
That's crazy. That's awesome, though.
So yeah, and obviously lots of games Friday and Saturday too, full day of hoops. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of great teams. Santa Ana Mater Dei from Santa Ana, California is going to be there. They are very loaded. Lot of great talent there. Some other teams, Victory Christian Academy. TOC fans may know they were there 2 years ago. Some of their returning guys are back, so might see some familiar names there. They were electric a few years ago, and they should be fun to watch again this year. I'm really excited to see how Morton is. They have a new transfer, Jack Wilderman, coming over from Peoria Notre Dame.
Yep.
Obviously big losses for Morton. They lost Wes Goodman, they lost Trip Rugard, and some other really key players. But I still think Morton's going to be pretty good. And for all these area teams, these Central Illinois teams. This week is really just a huge litmus test and a great way just to test yourself at the start of the season, right? Some of these, teams, they love to grab wins, but I think if any of these teams end the week 1-3, 0-4, heck, even 2-2, I think they'll feel pretty good about themselves because, these are some of the top teams in the entire country who are coming to this tournament. So, any win in this tournament is a big one, especially for these local teams.
You know how cool it would be? You're just some local Central Illinois kid, and you can say you scored on a 7-foot-tall kid from California.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. But, yeah.
It's a good litmus test for a lot of these teams. Obviously, you have to – it really depends on what kind of mindset they have going in, if they have a realistic expectation of it. But, JM, just out of curiosity, how do you prep for all these games?
Man.
That's what I want to know. How do you prep to broadcast – and memorize all these names and figure out all the the little snippets of information? I know that because I know a lot of people ask us how do you guys get this information? And for a tournament like this where there's probably thousands of players, hundreds
of
maybe
players,
close to 1,000, right?
Yeah.
How do you prep for just all of these teams and all these games to broadcast?
That's a great question. The easy answer is we have a lot of people that help out with us. We have a staff of about 15 to 20 people. That are working throughout the week with us. Some of them are just there broadcasting for a few games. Some of us, including myself, are doing all sorts of different things. One game we're broadcasting, the next game, all right, we're switching, we're running camera for the next game. So it's all kind of a switch, because obviously it's almost impossible for just one or two people to broadcast all these games. So we like to keep a revolving door, keep some guys fresh and everything like that. But yeah, it is a lot. I will say, before the tournament, a lot of stuff goes into the production of the tournament.
Sure.
That's really, I think, the most important thing. Obviously, yes, we want to have good calls. We want to know about these teams and everything. And, all of our broadcasters will do some prep. They'll look at the tournament website, is great, kind of a great start. We're looking at, players' social media accounts to see what kind of offers they got. We're looking at recruiting sites. We're scouring social media outlets from all these other different places around the country that, cover these teams in their local areas and everything. We're looking at, website stories. We just look everywhere we can find to see if we can find some really cool stuff. There are some really kind of cool, interesting tidbits. A couple of players, I believe the son of Kenny Smith on TNT is going to be playing this tournament.
Really?
I need to see what team he is on. Believe he is on. I'm trying to look here. It'll come to me eventually. But Kenny Smith's son is here. The grandson of former NBA legend Lenny Wilkins is playing in the tournament for Houston Xavier Academy. That's it for those of our Bradley basketball fans. Montana Wheeler and Jackson Seastrunk. That's their alma mater. They were just there last year. And Montana Wheeler's dad, Teddy Wheeler, is Xavier Academy's head coach. His younger brother, Lincoln Wheeler, is on the team. So going to be kind of a family reunion for Montana Wheeler from Bradley basketball. He'll be able to kind of see his dad and younger brother just right down the road here in Washington.
Nice. Absolutely.
So there's all sorts of kind of cool, tie-ins, interesting stuff like that. But yeah, there's so much that goes into this in terms of just not only the calling the games, but also the production as well, with all these different cameras and our studio and all these different things.
It's a labor of love. It's a labor of love for you guys. All right, I know that you have to get going because you're a busy man. You got a lot of preparation for this to do. But since this is kind of like the Thanksgiving episode of the CI Sports Zone, before we go to break, Jonathan, what are you most thankful for this upcoming year? I think unfortunately, I think we spend a lot of our days just kind of going through things, and I think it's important that, we just take a moment to, I want to know, what are you most thankful for, this holiday season? It could be anything from this past year, but I'm sure our viewers are just dying to know.
As crazy as it sounds, I really am thankful for, the time that we get to spend here on the podcast and also just going out to these games.
Oh, you're fluffing our feathers.
Well, here's why. I'm not just fluffing off because the thing is, for me during the week, I work from home. There's so much stuff that goes on during the week, and I'm, busy with, emails and scores, catching up, writing stories, mainly writing stories. That's really the big thing. But I'm just, sitting here just, doing one thing after another, posting stuff on social media, doing all this stuff. But when I get to come here and actually, talk about, what we're seeing and all these great athletes and stuff in the area, that's the fun part. This is like the fun 100%. Part of the job. So, stuff like this is kind of a nice break from, just kind of sitting there at home and just like, okay, I got this to do, I got this to do. This is, kind of where it all it becomes a lot of fun. And all these games that we get to go out to is great as well. And very thankful for, the other people with Clutch Sports Media. Obviously really thankful for them. Couldn't do what we do without them. Thankful for, my two bosses who are my best friends, Larry Larson and Joey Wright. Obviously thankful for my girlfriend who puts up with my busy schedule all the time. She's a real MVP for sure.
Yeah.
And everything. But that's what I'm thinking of. And there's probably multiple other things. That's what comes to mind.
100% Jam.
What about you,
thankful.
Thomas? I got to hear your answer before I dip out.
Yeah, no, I mean, first and foremost, I'm thankful for this job. I think a lot of people spend their life, I'm, getting sentimental here, but some people spend their whole life just trying to figure out like what they actually like doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the three of us get to step in and do this podcast every single week, and we love it. And so I'm just glad that I'm at a job where I love what I do. I've always said that to everybody. It's such a unique platform to just get in front of a camera and, get to speak into people's living rooms. That is probably one of the greatest privileges of my professional life that I'll ever get. But I think getting to come here and get to be a part of the sports community as well, getting to do this has been seriously so much fun. Just the friendships that I made between you two and Patrick and Kurt and Alex Berger, who's going to be coming on here in a bit, and just all these people. We really do enjoy this and just being a part of the local sports community. So very grateful for my job, very grateful for family and friends in Illinois the last 6 years I've been here, and obviously very grateful for my fiance. Our wedding's coming up here in less than 2 weeks now. Yeah, pretty big stuff. And
Gosh.
She has been
They get so big, Jonathan.
Yeah. She's been just the biggest, supporter of all of this. Because when I first met her, I actually wasn't working in television. I took a break from it. And when this opportunity opened up a couple of years ago, she was absolutely like, go for it. Like, I want to see you in your world. And so she's been my number one fan. I wouldn't have been able to, do this and work these crazy hours without her support. So, but yeah, I'm so grateful for you guys. I know that people are like, what is this podcast turning into right now? But seriously, I just think it's so important to just take time to just recognize just gratitude and being thankful and for everything that we have. And so I'm grateful that we get to come out here and do this. So especially
Wow.
Christopher.
Oh man, I try my hardest, man. No, I get. Hey, I mean, I guess I'll jump in here now. It's my turn.
As you should. It is your turn.
Came from Kansas about a year ago, and just thankful for everyone at the station. It's really hard when you move 6 hours from home to do a job you don't know if you're going to be good at, which I like to think I'm pretty good at it.
I think you're doing a splendid job, pal.
Just thankful for everyone here. You guys always, when the people around here invite me to go do things, it's a lot of fun. My girlfriend also lives down in Champaign, so her putting up with me writing stories at 11 o'clock at night when a fire or a shooting breaks out, it's not easy to deal with. And my family always watching the podcast and reposting it and on Facebook and stuff. So it's just really thankful for all that, and it's just been a lot of fun. I'm thankful also. Alex and I just recorded the new episode of What's on Your Table, a new podcast starting on the WMBD Plus app where we look at local restaurants.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun. I love this podcast, but sometimes it's fun to get out into the food world. My other love. I love sports, love talking about them. But now I get a podcast. Now he's the host. I'm just producing it and helping him out. Just to be able to be a part of that also.
No.
It's been awesome.
You are the host. You are the host. We're co-hosting this thing.
I'm talking about Alex's podcast. He's the host of that one. No, we're co-hosts here. We have equal say in what happens.
Yeah, we have equal equity in this.
And then obviously meeting Jonathan's been a blessing too. He brings expertise to the podcast that it's been very nice. So that's what I'm thankful for. Obviously, there's a lot more I could probably talk for the next 3 hours.
We could talk for days.
But that's it in a nutshell, man. So just
appreciate it, Christopher. Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm most thankful for all of you watching at home.
That's right.
This podcast would be absolutely nothing if there was no one to watch it.
It'd be a lot different if it was just going into the void. So.
It would be pretty boring if it was just me, Jonathan, and Thomas just chatting to no one, because that's what we do anyway. So,
yeah.
But no, that's what I'm thankful for. So
love it.
Well, Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us. I know your busy schedule. You got a lot with this tournament, so we're going to let you squeeze on out of here. We're going to go to a quick break, and we will be back with Alex Berger. We're going to talk some college football here a little bit as the season's winding down for them as well. I guess we're getting decently close to their season, so there's some big games coming up. So we will be back here after this break. back to the CI Sports Zone. I'm Christopher Huselig. Joining with me, as always, my co-host Thomas Garvrick.
Oh yeah.
Jonathan Michael just left. We were talking about some high school sports, but don't worry, we have another podcast favorite guest.
Oh,
he
that's
is Alexander Berger.
Oh, he used the whole government.
I used the government name, so his mom is
The
happy.
government name.
And Alex, I know you weren't in here yet, but right before we went to the break, we asked Jonathan what he was thankful for. So we went around, and I just think it's right. What are you thankful for? As Thanksgiving is on Thursday. Once again, we're recording this Monday. It'll air Tuesday. So when we refer to today, it is the 24th. But Alex, with Thanksgiving on Thursday, what are you thankful for?
Well, you say that Alexander Berger. I feel like I got chores to do, man. When you say that, I got to take out the trash. No, I am, one, I'm thankful to be on the podcast with you guys, too. I am very thankful for the roof over my head, the food on my table, and my family. Classic stuff, but I'm also, tying also, I guess I can tie it into sports as well. I'm grateful that in all of this, my Hulu never lost ESPN.
Yes.
But no,
Hulu for
of
the
course,
win.
that's my other thing as well.
Thomas is no longer thankful. You just made him mad.
That's right. Hey, YouTube TV, they got it figured out, so we're all
You
good.
said, hey, thank you.
No more resentment.
Exactly.
Because
No harm, no foul.
Thomas had a legit resentment for YouTube TV for their. I thought he was gonna cry. I didn't know
it was bad.
I will say
I was about
it
to-
worked out. The 2 Saturdays that it was not resolved, I was out shooting high school football anyway, so
Yeah, I
wouldn't say
remember
much.
that.
So it worked out, but you
It
know
worked
what?
out.
It's all right.
Well, fellas, Alex, is there anything else, or is that what you're thankful
That's
for?
what I'm
I love
thankful
it.
for.
I love it.
I think it's always important. You know, we're a sports podcast, but like we're all human beings too, and it's just nice to it's like we're all, the 3 of us. We're all friends. When Patrick comes on here, we're all friends. Like I think that is, to me, that's like another added layer of this. Is like, I've said this before, but I think a lot of people in the community have even said they're like, we just feel like your station, like everyone just gets along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I can honestly say this is, and I've said this before, but this is by far the best group of coworkers I've ever had. That's not, a dig on any of the previous places I've ever worked, but just from just my experiences here in 2 years, like it's cool that, we get excited to do this, every week. And like I said earlier, not everybody has that same feeling. And if you're watching this and that's not your experience, we just hope that you find something like that. Cause we love doing this every week. It's a lot of fun and we enjoy it. And we're just a bunch of sports nerds who love to have a platform.
Love it.
Exactly.
Well, fellas,
Let's talk college football.
there was some big games this weekend, and one that I thought was pretty big.
Sanford and Texas A&M.
Oklahoma pulling up a must-win against Missouri to keep their playoff hopes alive. They are sitting ranked eight in the country right now. Big win for them. They have LSU next week. I am highly confident John Mateer and the Sooners will get that one taken care of and hold on to their spot for the playoffs. Couple teams right there on the edge that kind of need a big loss, like Vanderbilt, who is sitting 12th, I believe, but they're not right now in the playoffs because of the other conference automatic bid-ins.
Right. What's going to get tricky for a team like Vandy is because you have the group of 5 team that will automatically be in, but then
Which
you're
I
also
think is
going to have
Tulane right now.
Correct. Tulane or James Madison. James Madison is ranked 20th right now. Tulane is ranked 20. I'm sorry. North Texas is 21. Tulane is 22. But and then on top of that, you have the ACC winner who is not ranked inside the top 12. So right now, Miami is 13th. But I know there's a whole list of scenarios for who's even going to play in the ACC championship. But yeah, I'm with you, Christopher. Oklahoma, they took care of business. That defense just keeps doing what it's really been doing all season. OU is not going to beat you with putting up 40 points a game. That's not what they do. But they just find ways to win, and they play LSU, and you feel like at home this upcoming week they should, get the job done. Really impressed with Oregon.
Yeah.
Beat USC by 15.
And
really impressed with the Ducks.
I was honestly impressed with USC for a while in that game. They've kind of had a weird roller coaster of a season, losing to Illinois, and then just kind of then they keep it close with Oregon for pretty much the whole game. Oregon was for sure the better endurance team, as later in that game USC fell away. They were tied for most of it. as you said, Oregon ends up pulling away from that. But the Trojans, hard-fought game. They never gave up. It was fun to watch. Like I said, Oregon's just the better football team that was kind of just more enduranced.
One name that everybody needs to know from that game, for any of you who play fantasy football, if you're in a dynasty format where you draft rookies, Kenyon Sadiq
Oh, wow.
for Oregon, their tight end is literally the best tight end in this upcoming draft class. He is going to be unreal in the NFL. That dude has muscles on top of his muscles on top of his muscles. He's got missiles on his arms. That dude is absolutely shredded.
And he laid out for that one and made just an absolute crazy catch.
Superstar player. He is going to be a stud in the NFL. So I'm hoping the Browns draft him. I think he's going to be just next level. Generational talent.
Bring him to Kansas City. Let's get him a Super Bowl.
Oh, you put him with Mahomes, and that would just be nuts. But yeah, that's just my one note. We've got a lot of big games in Week 14, right? That a lot of college football playoff implication games, starting with Ole Miss on Friday in the Egg Bowl. They play at Mississippi State. There's all the speculation about what is Lane Kiffin going to do. There's speculation that, is he going to go to LSU? A lot of people are hinting that he's going to take the LSU job.
Yep.
Huge game for Ole Miss. They're 6th. If they win, they're in. I'm curious, guys, really quickly, Lane Kiffin.
Yep.
What should he do? What should he do? Should he stay or should he go?
He should stay. If he wants to have a future where he doesn't have to face a whole lot of awful criticism, he's in a great job. Ole Miss is not that criticized of a job. If he were to go to LSU, that is a tough job.
Yeah.
Many have said that some of the toughest college football head coaching jobs, you've got Texas, you've got Ohio State, Michigan, and then there's LSU as well. Clemson's another one as well. But LSU, at this point, I know even the governor of Louisiana has come out and said that their athletic director can't even look for the guy. And there's that much pressure on it. Yeah. I would want to be the next guy.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
Look at the governor looking for me. I would not want that. I would stay where I am, and I definitely wouldn't make the jump to the NFL.
I also have mad respect for coaches who stick with where they are, but I also get it's a business, man. You got to build your brand. LSU's not ranked. If he can go in there, build up a team, and turn the program. Obviously, it's not like a complete turnaround. LSU has had plenty of success in their history.
Yeah,
but I could see if he wants to go to the NFL, that might be what he needs to do. I like him at LSU. I think if I were him, I'd probably stay there. I'm also very a skeptical. I don't want to move and then be bad and then tank my career.
Yeah, that's me too. Yeah,
but
that's how
I also see if his goal is one day to keep going up and be like the Alabama coach or Ohio State or things like that, NFL.
Sure.
Then maybe that's what he does. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see what happens, though.
I think another thing to possibly look out for, if he is to change jobs, Penn State could be interesting. I don't like it as much as the Ole Miss market, truthfully, just for development reasons. But Penn State, that could be fun. That could be interesting. It's not necessarily. I think could be a move up. There's some more. I think there's better donors at Penn State. I can't remember which one it is, if it's Ole Miss or Penn State that has better donors. But he'd have a lot of support either way. He's a big name in college football wherever he goes.
Yeah, I think I've been really following what Nick Saban has had to say about this.
Yeah.
He's talked about it on game day. College football has a problem, right? Lane Kiffin is the head coach for a 6th-ranked team in the country right now. And they are one win away from going to the college football playoff and playing for a national championship. Mm-hmm. And schools are allowed to start the coaching process now.
Yeah.
That's this is the only sport really where this takes place, right? In the NFL, there's rules. He talked about that. In the NFL, you can't talk to candidates until, I believe it's the bye week before the Super Bowl, or maybe divisional, around championship around that time. It's messed up. It's a messed up situation, right? Like,
yeah.
you know, I can only imagine if I'm a player for Ole Miss thinking like, why are we not good enough for you, right?
Yeah.
Like, why would you be willing to throw away a chance at a run to a national championship just to go take more money from LSU? And again, not here to criticize, you know, who Lane Kiffin is, and to your guys' points, like, he's being offered a lot of money, and I get it. But at some point, remember who Lane Kiffin was. Lane Kiffin struggled, right? He was at Tennessee, failed. And then Ole Miss said, okay, we believe in you again. You've succeeded at the mid-major level. We will take you, you know, at Ole Miss. And he has rebuilt this program. Why leave that? Why leave that to go rebuild LSU just because you get more money because your daughter's boyfriend plays at LSU, right? Like, I get it. It's
Well, that
just,
was the whole thing.
it's a heartbreaking situation. And it feels like the context clues of what I'm seeing, I feel like he is leaving, which is just sad. I hope that's not the case, but
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be the case in any situation.
There shouldn't be a decision having to be made right now. This should happen after the season. If LSU and Florida want him, they should have to wait until the end of the season.
Absolutely.
And they should have to deal with the recruiting fallout after.
And
That's what it should come down to.
I think the other two names that I feel very strongly in the same about is Marcus Freeman and Ryan Day. I think any sort of rumors about them, I know that Notre Dame isn't in like the top whatever, but like.
Hold on a second. What are the rumors with Ryan Day?
No. Okay, different situations. I'm sorry, I should have specified. The thing with Ryan Day.
Yeah.
So this is also going into upcoming games. They're playing Michigan, right? No.
Oh,
Hold on.
Here we
I'm
go.
defending him. I despise the narrative. If Ryan Day loses to Michigan, I'm not firing him. We are the best team in the country.
They're not losing to Michigan first and foremost.
This is the year they don't lose to
Wait a
Michigan,
second.
by the way.
What's the narrative right now that Ryan Day's fired if he loses to Michigan?
They have
What's the
lost
narrative?
in the last 2 years. The game they lose is usually Michigan, and then they call for his job. Should Ryan Day be fired? Should Ryan Day?
It has been on Twitter. It's kind of
For this season.
Probably not this. He's talking
but
about
it's
seasons
swirling.
past.
It's swirling. This has been the narrative for Michigan games. After he lost that last year, they won the national championship, and they lost that Michigan game, and people were like, "We gotta fire Ryan Day. He can't get it done.
The way you're saying this, though, it sounds like you're saying that he's coaching for his job again against Michigan on
No,
Saturday.
he's saying some people are making it seem like that, but it's not
Yes.
even remotely
Who?
true.
I wanna know who.
There are disgruntled Ohio State fans who
Yes.
have been saying now. Whether or not they're joking around, who knows? But it's just crazy to even joke about that because he's not going anywhere.
Have I heard this traction this season? No, not the same.
Because he had all the pressure on him to
Yeah,
that was the best team in college football last year.
easily, and it's the best team in college football this year.
That Michigan loss, I mean, that is, I still stand by this. It's one of the worst losses in Ohio State history.
It was
in terms
rough.
of that Michigan offense was awful. Most of their best players didn't even play in that game.
Yep.
Ohio State mentally beat themselves in that game. That was a terrible loss. If Ryan Day didn't win the championship, I would have said there was a decent chance that Ohio State moves on from him. But again, we're in this circle of like, okay, who are they going to get that is better?
Yep.
This year, it's like, if they lose, A, I'd be shocked. B, I'd be like, okay, well, this is obviously an issue. They need to beat Michigan. I would say a lot of Ohio State fans are definitely in the boat of they care more about beating Michigan this year than winning the national championship. I know that sounds kind of crazy,
But I know what you mean.
but that's what Ohio State fans want this year. Ohio State fans
Yeah.
are like, okay, they got the national championship. Now, this Ohio State team is absolutely one of the favorites, if not the favorite to win again.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I would love to see them run it up on Michigan. This Michigan team, Bryce Underwood, good prospect, very much so a freshman.
Yeah.
I hope Ohio State goes into Ann Arbor and absolutely waxes them. I hope they take out 5 years of frustration on that entire state for everything that has took place.
Yeah, here's the
That's
thing.
what I want to see on Saturday.
Here's the thing. Well, quick question. What if they lose?
If they lose, then people are going to be frustrated with Ryan Day.
That's
And
the thing.
they're
What
going
doesn't
to be
make any
frustrated.
sense?
And then it's going to be okay. Does Ryan Day do the same exact thing? If he wins the national championship, people aren't going to care.
Yeah.
He's
It's
not
a
getting
cycle.
fired.
Yeah, no.
But he has got to win this game for Ryan Day. Ryan Day has got to win this game for
Is he
Ryan
coaching
Day.
for his job?
He needs to win this for himself. That's what we need. That's what the entire state of Ohio wants to see, and hopefully they get it done. Hopefully our receivers are healthy for that game. But
Thank you, Christopher. Sorry.
No, it's just hey, we got some interesting fantasy football things that are about to could very possibly transpire this weekend. I'd like some time to talk with that, so we're going to take a real quick break. Great college session. Going to be a very interesting weekend. You got Georgia Tech going up against Georgia.
Texas A&M and Texas.
Texas A&M and Texas. We got
yeah.
those two schools going against
Tennessee and
in-state
Vandy.
rivals.
Lot
Tennessee
of
and
good games.
and Vandy. Oh my goodness! So it'll be very.
You love Vandy.
I do love
You
Vandy.
love
I'm
Diego
really
Papa.
excited.
Upset watch, Utah,
think-
Kansas.
Oh, Kansas needs this win to be bowl eligible. I could see them because they have 5 wins. They've been sitting on 5 wins for 3 weeks now. I hope they pull it off. I really do. I don't think they will. Just got some good recruits coming in next year, so it'll be whatever. But anyway, we're going to take a short break real quick. Make sure you watch some of these college football games. It'll be so much fun, a great weekend, some very big playoff implications. And thank you guys so much for joining us on the WMBD Plus app, and we will be right back. All right, volume's up. We are joining. Hello and welcome back to the CI Sports Zone. Joining with me, he is back for this NFL segment. He's going to be in the hot seat a little bit here as he's got a big fantasy game coming up this week. Thomas Garvrick also
Not good.
joining with us. 2 fan favorites.
Oh, I love when you say that.
Our local, our local, our local diehard Cowboys fan who's riding
Never
the
a
high
doubt.
from last night. That is not true. I can show transcripts.
We all know what Patrick is thankful for this holiday season.
Yeah,
Cowboys win
Patrick,
over the Eagles.
Hold up. No, I will be serious. Patrick, we've been doing what everyone's thankful for. So just give us a quick what you're thankful
this is
for.
the Thanksgiving
Since this is the
version of the
Thanksgiving
podcast.
episode.
On a serious note, my girlfriend Ariel, she's incredible, and I love her very much.
Go
And she's
Ariel.
very supportive of my career, and I can't wait to have dinner with her family later this Thursday in Western Illinois. On a silly note, the Dallas Cowboys getting a win over the Philadelphia Eagles. I did not think for 1 second we would win that game.
Thomas, or not? Sorry, I'm not Thomas. Patrick, since you're on that, why don't we kind of just start with that game? It was. Obviously, it's Monday afternoon. You've had some time to sit and
That
think
game
about
summed
the game.
up what it's like being a Cowboys fan.
Except they won.
They won.
You guys sent that. Someone sent that meme that Dak Prescott is one of the most fun quarterbacks to watch under center, and it's. I don't know if it's because we don't know what we're gonna get.
We're drinking that Dak Kool-Aid today, baby.
I don't obviously come Thursday. I hope Dak can't play football again because he's playing my Chiefs. Chiefs need a win coming off the Colts, and we'll get to that one because I'm for sure talking about that one finally. But Pat, what's up with this game, man?
What I will say is what I have been saying all season and for really the last decade of my life about Dak and the decade before that about Tony Romo. Both of those quarterbacks, but right now Dak would be much more well-liked as a player. I think he's pretty well respected as a person. Walter Payton Man of the Year winner, does a great job working with mental health. But he would be much more liked as a player if he was playing on any other team than the Dallas Cowboys. And everyone's like, he just can't win the big one. No one can with the Dallas Cowboys right now. Don't hold that against them. They got a certain owner that's not letting them win. But Jerry Jones,
I was
still there.
I was gonna switch the first letter of his last name with his first name, but you get the same thing.
I didn't know they liked Micah so
Same
much.
thing.
All right, here's the thing I will say. I get Jerry Jones's criticism is fair and it's right. But I will say,
Hot take.
the Quinnen Williams trade has been good so far. Given the fact that they got him at a relatively fair price, but I think besides Quinnen Williams, Jerry signed Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams has been a really, really good addition to that Cowboys team, and more importantly, Jerry Jones traded for George Pickens. He has been unbelievable. So I get the Jerry Jones criticism is fair, but he's had some really good additions for this Cowboys team.
Well, the whole thing with Jerry Jones is that so much of his hate is self-induced. And again, Jerry Jones
100%.
doesn't care if you hate him. He just cares that he's in the news.
Yep.
And the thing that's come back, I guess, the fury over the Micah Parsons trade wasn't just the trade and the dragging of his feet. It was who he traded them to. A team other than maybe the 49ers that has caused the Cowboys the most pain in the last 10 to 15 years. I mean, every time we play them, I'm just like, we're going to lose in the last second now. I've seen this movie 5, 6 times. And I mean, with the Chiefs, I'll tell you what, the most thankful may be CBS executives that the Chiefs and the Cowboys are relatively the same record, are coming in a must-win game. And two teams, whether you love them or you hate them, you're going to watch them. And I'm really curious what the ratings will be for that game.
It's going to be unbelievable.
Well,
It's going to be great. I really can't lose because, again, I came into this season with no expectations from the Cowboys making the playoffs. And much like that Eagles game, I'll believe it when I see it if they make the postseason.
Borrowed money.
I mean, we're playing with house money at this
Yeah.
point. I would not bet against the Chiefs in a primetime game, a must-win game for them because, again, the Chiefs have all the pressure stacked on them right now. The Cowboys really don't have any because, again, most people didn't expect them to make the playoffs with the defending Super Bowl champs in their division. Washington has free fallen with all the injuries they've
my
had.
goodness.
I mean, it's been a brutal year for them. And then the Giants are still the Giants.
Yep.
But, like, you know, as pain, even when we were down 21-0, though, I was like, at least I'm not a Giants fan. Because, I mean, Ben Freese, former WMBD worker, was texting us in, like, the first quarter when they were up, like, 10-0. And I was like, Ben, have you followed the Giants this year? I was like, they've had win probability of over 98% like 5 different times this year and lost every single game.
Well,
Crazy.
and like you said, we're going to talk about well, first of all, Texans beat the Bills in a crazy
Oh,
game.
man.
Big, I don't know. The Bills are just kind of the NFL.
The NFL has been
weird.
just so wacky this year. It's been a lot of fun.
And then
so much intrigue.
And then the Colts went into Kansas City, and at the start of that game, I thought the Chiefs were going. I thought it was done, season over. It's 20-9 because the Chiefs just couldn't score a touchdown. Like on the first drive, they have it on the 3-yard line. Travis Kelce runs it in. Ref throws a flag for a face mask on Jawan Taylor. They show the replay. A hold, yes, it was a hold. He had him wrapped up around the head, but he didn't touch his face mask. Shouldn't have been a face mask. And then a free play they blew dead. So I was like, okay, like we're just toast. It is what it is. At this point, if the Chiefs don't make the playoffs, I'm not going to be super upset because some good draft picks would be very nice. Beef up that defense, but we're making the
Oh my
playoffs. It's not
gosh.
the end of the world.
Okay,
But
this is outrageous.
I've been saying that all year. So if you're acting like this is news to you, you just haven't been reading a single text I've sent all season.
I understand that. But
So then going into the Cowboys on
doing good, Patrick?
on Thursday.
I had no expectations for my team. Like I said,
going
you
into-
have
going into-
Patrick Mahomes. Your expectation is I don't care if you're
name
seed
is
1
Patrick
through
Cunningham.
7.
me and Patrick Mahomes are
doesn't
from the same
matter.
town, and
They
we
are
are the
from-
same
It
age.
doesn't matter. You have the
Hey.
greatest quarterback in the NFL in the modern era.
Hey, here's
You
the thing.
always have a chance to win it all.
I
It
know
doesn't
there's
matter.
always a
What about
chance.
Trevor Lawrence?
I said I'm not going to be mad if they don't because we do. I mean, hey, let's get some good draft picks for the first time in 10 years. You know, being 31 and 32 over the last 10 years has
my
been boring.
gosh.
It's
I've
been
got-
boring.
I've got
let's,
friends-
let's,
I've
let's
got
fight.
friends
Thomas,
from
as a
all-
Browns fan, is
let's give-
imploding.
You know what? No. I'm done with this. I have friends who are Bengals fans who are saying Joe Burrow shouldn't come back. The Bengals, if they win out, they probably win the AFC North.
That's funny.
No, I would not bring back Joe Burrow at this point. You need to wrap him in bubble wrap and put him on a shelf.
but
The season is,
no.
especially with the
No.
with the Ravens bouncing back, they're not making that. Even if they squeak into the
have
AFC.
we watched the Ravens the last 2 weeks? The Ravens' offense against the Browns, which I will say the Browns have a good
They
defense.
have a great defense.
They have a good defense.
They have the best defensive player in the whole league in Myles Garrett.
Did we not watch the New York Jets hang tough with the Ravens? No,
pretty rough.
I'm sorry. When you have a top 5 quarterback, if you have a chance to make the playoffs, you always play that quarterback. Joe Burrow is pushing to play. If your franchise guy is saying, I want to play, then as a fan base, you rally behind that.
I'm not
a Browns
saying that-
fan who has
yeah.
had mediocrity at best for quarterback, and I've got somebody sitting right next to me saying, "Oh, well, if the Chiefs don't make the playoffs, like it's whatever." No.
What I will say about
No.
Joe Burrow is that you got to protect him from himself at this point because the Bengals front office has shown no sign they want to protect him. Their offensive line is abysmal and will get him killed. If you bring him back on just even, I get it. If you make the playoffs, anything can happen. But if you go out there, you put him out there in week 17 and he tears an ACL and he's out all of next year, you've now wasted that year.
Yeah, he should
You gotta know when to fold him.
Well, kind of before we get into fantasy, because I do want to talk about, I did want to bring up the Bears. Big win against the Steelers by 3.
Yes, it was.
Cardiac
one of the
Bears,
biggest wins of this year.
As former WMD reporter Ben Freeze likes to call them, the Cardiac Bears. So big win, and we love to see. As much as I like watching the Chiefs win, it's fun to see the Bears win up here in Illinois. You know, it's fun to.
When is the last time they were 8-3?
Hey, it's because I'm here, man.
Actually, I think it was 2018.
2018?
I think it was 2018.
I would have guessed about either 18 or 19.
It
but
was 2018, and
But-
also they're top 4 in offense, which is wild. They have not had that since before
especially for a
99.
point differential of -3.
Now,
Isn't that weird?
That's bizarre.
Ben Johnson, I've said this. I said this when they hired him. I said this when he was in the coaching circle. I said,
It's like LeBron.
This
I
guy-
met him.
this guy, has been by far the best coaching candidate that we've had in the NFL cycle in
Oh my
opinion,
gosh,
in what,
yes.
last 5 years at least.
I
Maybe
will-
10.
I told him to take Luther Burden.
Do you mean coming out of like a coordinator position?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, because I would have
Yes.
said Mike Vrabel when he inexplicably got fired from
Vrabel has
Tennessee.
been-
But coordinator, yes, I would agree.
But-
Don't even remind me that Mike Vrabel was once a consultant for the Cleveland Browns, and we just let him walk out the building.
Cleveland
There's
Browns
also
had
Bill
Bill
Belichick.
Belichick and Nick Saban at the same time. Still didn't do anything.
But they were early in their careers. They weren't.
People
you
wonder
know,
why I love fantasy football so
Well,
much.
and-
It's what gets me through this.
And like Thomas said, fantasy football, we got some big games. I have a chance to put up 200 on Alex.
Okay, I was gonna say, look at this close game between me and
But-
Christopher.
Yeah.
I need like
I'm at-
22 points
I'm at-
from Rico Dowdle to save
I'm
me.
at 175, and I have George Kittle left to play, so it's possible.
So, do you see
but-
this?
But the
Zero chance of me winning. Zero.
I'm curious. What is me and Ben's score?
Ben
I
has
stopped
It's a
looking.
lot to a
150.
little.
Yes.
Ben has 158. You have 80. You still have. Who
do I have?
Tet McMillan and Chuba Hubbard.
70-point game incoming.
They're gonna lose it.
70-point game.
Well, I'll tell you what, my
and
team
then-
was feeling really good, and then
then-
I had the Drake London injury, and then the Michael Penix Jr. injury. Whenever London comes back, like I don't trust Kirk Cousins with
The
Drake
7-4 Thomas team is struggling right now against
I
the
think
2-9. Chris Gates
I think
team.
my team unfortunately peaked just a little bit early.
Yeah,
But we'll see. We'll see.
It happened. I mean, people can come
That's
back. still.
fantasy football.
Mine has yet
Chris-
to hit its prime.
I just hope Baker's all right.
Chris
man.
Yates
That was not a
is
good injury.
leading Thomas 127 to 106, and as Thomas said, he's got Rico Dowdle left to play.
That Sunday night football game was a nightmare.
Against
for
the
me.
49ers. I don't think he'll put up 22, but he could. You never know. You
And
never
he's
know.
probably going to have to hit pay dirt twice.
Any of
How
y'all?
about, how about we manifest that, Alex? Two touchdowns and a Panther.
Oh, I'm manifesting.
So now as much as
I'm
as much as
manifesting.
I love chatting with you guys, we do kind of gotta move a little forward here to our.
Oh man.
One question.
Monday night game picks.
Wait, what's your question, Pat?
Pat?
Any of y'all get 200 dropped on you by your future brother-in-law this weekend? Because I sure did. He is 16 or 17 years old, a junior at Mount Zion, a senior, at Mount Zion High School, and he Braxton Rhodes, my Ariel's brother, dropped 200 on him.
Oh wow.
Patrick,
That's
get
fun.
ready to learn
my.
LinkedIn, buddy.
Seriously, I am washed.
But looking to
McQueen is fading.
looking to today's
Fading
game,
fast.
Panthers 49ers. Thomas has to get 3 without Alex getting any.
I've just been picking the opposite of a chance.
I think there's 5 or 6 Monday night games left. So Thomas has got to make up some ground here, or he owes Alex and I a pizza. Which free pizza, man.
Hey.
So
$5 Little
$5.
Caesars
That's
it is.
exactly what I was.
Now,
We got to show that
I'll
little
get you guys
great-
a nice
great-
pizza.
Inflation has hit. It's
I'll
not
get you guys a
$5
nice
anymore.
pizza.
Alex, are you going against your Panthers?
No! Are you
Oh,
kidding
give
me?
Alex the Panthers.
He's been
place
waiting
to-
for this episode all year.
Bryce Young is going to go off. This is not going to be a blowout for the Panthers. Let me just say that. It is not going to look good early. The 49ers are going to be pretty run heavy with CMC. There's no revenge game in here. It's not. It's already happened, and he's already done well against us. This is going to be a very difficult game early for the Panthers, but this is going to be another Bryce Young game winner. And he is actually the best at game-winning drives this season. So we will see like a 31-28 game.
I'm not with you. I'm taking the 49ers. George Kittle's back in the lineup. they're CMC. They're gonna win that one. So
Yeah, I'll go Niners.
2 words.
Patrick, who you got?
Tet, McMillan, and Bryce Young must see team.
That's like
5 words.
That's
Charles
like 10.
Barkley.
That's
All
like
right,
10.
Patrick. We do got to get out of here. Who do you got on this one?
Got the Panthers.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you guys next week with another great episode.
Daniel Jones MVP.
Oh Lord.